Okay, let us look at this quadratic equation. Y squared minus y equals 30. Naturally, this is a quadratic equation that we can solve quadratically by bringing 30 forward to the left hand side, so that we have y squared minus y minus 30 equals 0. Okay, then we look for two factors whose product is minus 30y and whose sum will give us minus y. And these two numbers we can get here is minus 6y and 5y. Because if you add minus 6y to 5y, you will get minus y. And when you multiply minus 6y by 5y, you get minus 30y squared. So splitting this, we are going to have y squared minus 6y plus 5y minus 30 equals 0. Going further, the common factor of these two is y. So when you factor y out, you will be left with y minus 6. The common factor in these two is plus 5. When you factor 5 out, you will also be left with y minus 6. And that's equal to 0. So going further, we pick one of the brackets and then the one outside the bracket, so that we have y plus 5 and y minus 6 equals 0. It therefore means that y plus 5 equals 0, or y minus 6 equals 0. That means that y is 5 minus 5 or 6. Y is minus 5 or 6. That is the answer to the question. But you see how long it took us to do this. So why not we solve it this way? We can factor out a common factor of these two, which is y. If you factor y out here, you'll be left with y minus 1 equals 30. Then you can see that the difference between y and y minus 1 is just 1. Because if y is 5, 5 minus 1 will be 4. So we are going to split 30 into two factors whose difference is 1. So we have y into y minus 1 equals to two numbers whose product is 30 and the difference is 1 will be 6 and 5. So 6 times 5 is 30. So we can actually see that y is 6 and y minus 1 is also 6. Why did I choose y to be 6? Of course, y should be greater than y minus 1 because subtracting 1 from y has reduced the y. So the y should be greater than y minus 1. So y takes 6 and y minus 1 takes 5. And of course, if you make y the solution formula in y minus 1 equal to 5, y will still be. But we need two answers because this is a quadratic equation. So we've gotten y as 6. We can as well change these two numbers to negative by saying y into y minus 1 equals minus 5 times minus 6. And of course, remember, the y is going to be greater than y minus 1. And minus 5 is greater than minus 6. So y takes minus 5, y minus 1 takes minus 6. And if y minus 1 equals to minus 6, if you move 1 to the right hand side of the equation, y will still be minus 5. So here y is minus 5. So this is an alternative way of solving this kind of quadratic equation. See you in our next class.